No more legacy distillery. No more legacy distillery. No more legacy distillery. Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, I've got something that I want to get off of my chest. No more legacy distilleries. No, I'm just joking. What if there were no more legacy distilleries? Who would you go with? Now, the Beams have... Man, they put in some work in Kentucky. So when the Beams first got here in the 1750s to 1770s, they were actually named Bohm and then changed their name to Beam. And then you got the Haydens who got here around 1660 or something like that. And they were mostly in Maryland before they moved down to Kentucky. And they were producing whiskey. So it was like you had all of these people producing whiskeys way back when, and those distilleries are still around to today. Now the Beams have put in so much work that not only did they make it through the Prohibition era, they shut down and reopened. Now, I didn't think that was possible for a lot of these big distilleries, but they were one of the ones that pulled through without a medicinal license. So the Beams actually had people working at some point at the Heaven Hill Distillery, at some point under Seagram's at the Four Roses Distillery. They were responsible for creating the first 101 proof 10-year Eagle Rare. I mean, they have such a history in Kentucky that it is ridiculous. Going down that rabbit hole, I mean, I'm trying to act like I didn't Google this stuff a couple of hours ago, but going down that rabbit hole just had my mind blown, man. Anytime you want to look into the history of bourbon, just prepare to make it a long night. But anyway, I am asking you, if there wasn't a Four Roses around, an MGP, if you didn't have Maker's Mark around, if you didn't have Jim Beam around, if you didn't have Jack, if you did not have, what is my man's name, George Dickel, like who would you gravitate towards? Because there are a lot of good distilleries that have come on board in recent years that I am really liking. Some of them, not all of their stuff is great. I think I have most of the bottles here with me today that I would go to. Some of the bottles, I think I cannot find one, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But like I said, I just want to know, after this video, put it in the comments, what distilleries you guys, and it doesn't have to be bourbon. It doesn't have to be bourbon. What distilleries would you guys go to for your whiskey purchase? So I'm going to start off with the first one, and that's going to be Bardstown. Now, Bardstown, the Discovery number 8 and the Discovery 11, ridiculous. Everybody that I've talked to and the reviews that I've seen have said that the 12 was good, but I talked to Brad when he was down in Kentucky. Shout out Brad and Kevin. They said they actually had them side by side, and he asked me if I wanted a bottle because they were at the distillery, and I said, how much is it? I think he said 160. I was like, nah, I'm good. So then, we got to talking, and he said, man, I tasted them side by side, and he said that the 12 is maybe a smidge better than the 11. Now, I don't know because I haven't had it, and I was kind of glad I didn't spend $160 plus tax just to get a bottle that's only a touch better than the Discovery 11. The Discovery 11 is a monster. I'm not going to lie to you. How they blend down there is ridiculous. Now, the reason why I am including Bardstown in here, and I know a few of you guys are probably looking at me funny like, Bardstown, don't they source? If Turkey's not around, then who are they going to get their stuff from? I am saying they're bringing their new stuff online, and I probably should have did a better representation and had their black label, the new tan wheat label. I don't have the green label, and I can't remember what the other one is. But anyway, the white label. So I probably should have put one of those here instead of 11, but I'm just such a big fan of 11, man, I couldn't help myself. All right, so next up, Green River. Green River has been putting out some monsters lately, man. When it comes to the picks and it comes to the new foolproof, these are some excellent bottles. Their regular offerings, I really like those. The wheated bourbon is really good. I like the straight bourbon over the wheated bourbon more so than, who is it? It's another, I forget. I think it's the Hard Truth. The Hard Truth, I like the rye over the bourbon, the Sweet Mash Rye. Matter of fact, the next bottle up, this is the Sweet Mash Bourbon. I should have got the Sweet Mash Rye, but that's going on another episode that I'm shooting tonight. But Hard Truth is putting out some great stuff, man. All of the stuff that they make that I've had so far, excellent, excellent. I really like that Sweet Mash Rye. That Sweet Mash Rye just has really nice notes. I think it had that pink bubblegum note that I love. It had almost like this toasted marshmallow, almost like a, not the pink bubblegum note, it was the toasted marshmallow note. That was it. It was that toasted marshmallow note that was in that Sweet Mash Rye that I just fell in love with that thing, man. All right, so this video is going a little quick. You guys know, go over to Patreon, hit the links for the Westward. We've got the bundle packs. We've got the singles that you can just buy. Also, the links will be in the description for the Bourbon Drop glasses. I know they're slashed, the price is slashed right now because like I said in previous videos, I don't just want to put something out there with Bourbon Drop on it unless I am 100% satisfied with it. So I slashed the price to a third. I was not satisfied with the size of the logo. Now the bottom of the glass is a little big, but I still like it, and you'll see it being used in reviews coming up here shortly. So go to the bourbondropstore.com, get your merch, get the Bourbon Drop glasses, go over to Patreon, subscribe to Patreon, and go and get those Westward picks. All right, let's get back to the video. So next bottle up, Woodinville. Now, I'm not gonna say, at this point, because I've got 2 bottles of the picks. I don't believe I've had any of the regular, like 90 proof Woodinville. But at this point, I kind of got a love-hate relationship with Woodinville because the first bottle that I got, it was just so damn good, man. And this bottle right here that's a pick, let's just say it's not one of my favorites, but I would still go to them and give them a chance because I think that they put out some great products. Like I said, at this point, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing, but that first bottle was so good, I know they have better offerings. Now, this is a single barrel, so whoever picked this single barrel could have just been off that day. I don't know, but knowing that they got some great stuff out there, I would definitely go there. Now, this one, and this is the last bottle on the list, it is not, let me repeat, it is not a bourbon. It is an American single malt whiskey made by Old Line. Oh, so this is not the last bottle on the list because I got to give shout out to Westward once again because our pick is a single malt American whiskey. But this Old Line single malt American whiskey is just something incredible. I mean, the company is out of Baltimore. It is produced in Ohio. When I went to a restaurant with my wife, and I had never bought any Westward products before, they had Westward Cask Strength on the menu. And knowing that I am a huge fan of Old Line, I said, let me give the Westward a try. And I gave the Westward a try, and I'm telling you, they are like this. I'm gonna have to do a side-by-side. Now, my single barrels might not make it fair because we got one called chocolate hazelnut brownie and one cherry sex bomb. So that might not be fair. Westward's regular cask strength offerings, man, are amazing. So the Westward and the Old Line, those are 2 other distilleries that I could see myself going to if the legacies were no longer around. And with that being said, let the whiskey float. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.